guys. Alright, so somebody had requested me what, like, tips because they were going into high school on how to, you know, survive it, as you would. And I'm on my 4th year of high school, so yeah, I'm a senior. And whereas I haven't been through the whole 4 years process, but I think I pretty much understand how it's going to end. So basically, all I really have to say for upcoming freshmen, or, you know, anybody really, is number one, don't be scared. I remember a lot of people were talking about, you know, going into high school and they're like, oh my god, I'm so scared. What if everybody's mean? What if nobody likes me? What if the teachers are really rude? What if they give out too much homework every day? What if I fail? What if? There's so many what if possibilities that if you go on and on and on, you're just going to drive yourself crazy. So my best thing to tell you guys is be calm. Don't freak out. Stay relaxed and take everything one step at a time as it comes. Because the only way you can get through it is just be relaxed. Because once you get overwhelmed and freaked out and stressed, it builds and builds and builds, and finally you crash and you burn and you just quit. Another thing, do not quit whatever you do, because your grades, they count. You might say, you know what, I have a 98, and start blowing off your homework and quizzes and tests. Don't, because every grade counts, and I am not lying to you. During halfway through my freshman year, I want to say, I started blowing off school for something really stupid. A guy. Worst mistake I've ever made. Do not start blowing off school for a guy. They are not worth it, and they're probably not going to be there when you graduate. So, you know what, if you're going to date a guy, go ahead. Just make sure you keep on track with things that actually matter. Your school, your family, your friends. Just don't forget that. Another thing a lot of people deal with when they go into high school is, I know I dealt with it personally, is friends. I had quite a few issues with some of my friends when I first went into high school, and mainly it was because I started hanging out with a new group of friends who, I guess I perceived them as cooler or whatever. They were just, I don't know. I had a lot of friends who were very, don't want to call it uptight, but they were very perfect, and I was never one of those perfect kind of people. I was like hanging out with those people who were just kind of, I guess you would say, bad influences, which in a way isn't, well, actually it really wasn't good, because it got me doing things I shouldn't have done, which if you know you shouldn't do it, don't do it. But out of that whole process, I met my best friend in the whole world, and I'm quite pleased with that. But going back to having friends, you're going to find that you're going to go separated from some of your friends who you've been friends with, like in middle school and whatnot, and it's okay. Honestly, it's okay. Everybody grows and they become different, and you can't really change that, and you can't change yourself so you can please other people, and don't. I've seen so many people try to become something that they are not, so they can please the person down the street who in 4 or 5 years are not gonna matter, and it's not worth that. Another thing, back to the whole guys thing. I'm not gonna lie to you, high school is when relationships kind of start. Though I've noticed that some relationships have been starting since like middle school, which honestly to me that was a little too young. But hey, to each his own. But whatever you do, don't let them, like, again, get in the way of things, and make sure the person, whether it's a guy or a girl, is a good person. Like, you might think, well, no duh, but I know a lot of people go for, like, the people who are bad boys and they're kind of cool, I like my air quotations, and they may be good and, like, they may be cool, but 9 out of 10 times, they're lowlifes. 9 out of 10 times, they end up, well, most of the ones I've known, drop out of school, fail out of classes, and don't even bother to graduate. And so you want to find somebody who's going somewhere, like who has a plan in life, who has a, you know, a future. Which that might sound a little mean, that saying somebody doesn't have a future, but you want to find somebody who has a bright future. Because honestly, it's just going to be just as, you don't want to have somebody relying on you in the future. You don't want to have somebody, you know, using you. Which that goes on to another thing. And if your grades, back to the whole your grades count, if your GPA starts dropping and you, by the time you're like my grade, senior, junior, senior, and you're looking for scholarships, and you realize, well, most scholarships require a 3.0 or 3.5, and you're freaking out because, well, you let your GPA slip, it's okay. There's always other options. Like, you can go to community school, college for a year, and then keep your grades up, because if you have a 4.0 leaving out of community college, some colleges allow you to transfer, and so that actually helps. And it's okay to go to community college, because English 101 is the same whether you take it at, you know, Harvard or, you know, the little tiny college that you drive to in the mornings. It's okay. Do not be ashamed. A lot of people who are smart and intelligent and bright people started out in community college. Also, it's okay to go into college undeclared. It is okay. If you are getting down to your years where you're starting to freak out because you have no idea what you want to be, it is okay. There are plenty of people out in this world who are in their 3rd or 4th year of college and they still don't know. There's people who have freaking graduate degrees and they're like, what am I going to do with my life? Huh? It's okay. Don't freak out. What was that? There was something I was going to say before, and I completely blanked out. See, when I start going, I completely have a mind. I have, like, a thought in my head, and then I start on a different thought, and I completely try to go backtrack to that other thought, and I forget it. Bright futures. Also, back to the whole bright futures and not wanting to have somebody rely on you. Find something that will help you become self-dependent, whether or not you're going to be self-dependent for the rest of your life. You may marry someone or be with somebody, but you want to make sure that you, if anything happens and you guys divorce or you make it whatever, and something happens, you want to make sure that you can take care of yourself by only yourself. You don't want to have to rely on your parents. You don't want to have to rely on your siblings or your boyfriend or anybody. Personally, I think being self-dependent is the best thing, because it is you who you can rely on. I'm not saying you can't rely on anybody else, but you want to be able to make sure that if anything happens, you still have you. And so that's pretty much what I have to say. High school is honestly pretty much like middle school, just bigger, sometimes harder work depending if you're taking an AP course, and I recommend some AP courses, but if you don't think you can do it, then stick to the CP. It's okay. That's really weird hair right there. You're not dumb if you stick to CP, and if somebody's in AP and they're pregnant, they might not be that smart. There's a lot of dumb people in AP classes. Trust me. So, anywho, just don't freak out and realize, you know, it's life. Have fun. You're gonna make mistakes. You're young, and yes, that just came out of Give Me Sympathy by Metric. That is probably my favorite song right now. So, anywho, that was that. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this helps tremendously. Later, I will be doing how to organize your stuff for high school, or at least how I do, but that's going to be later when the school supplies come out, because I don't have any school supplies, even though I am in summer school, which, by the way, summer school is okay. Just heads up, it's okay. Sometimes. Just the failing isn't. Try not to fail, okay? Alright, I gotta go, but leave your comments and requests down below, and I will get to them, and also don't forget to subscribe. Bye!